Well, hello, and welcome back. I'm AJ O'Neill, and I'm just live coding at work. It's another lovely day in the neighborhood. You'll notice my voice is a little bit hoarse today, but oh well. It's what we got to deal with. And let's see. Excuse me. So I'm going to cough a little bit and all that. So if that annoys you, just shut it off. And the one cool thing that I've done the past couple days is I've started using JSDoc with TypeScript to get typing in my code, or not typing, but to get kind of type hinting, linting. That's what I'm talking about. Get some linting. So I'll probably show you a little bit of that, and then let me bring up what I actually need to do. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to show much of the logs today, probably due to there's going to be some sensitive information in some of the logs just because of the nature of the debugging. So, but I'll be able to show what I'm coding over here, and I'll get started momentarily. So first, I need to look back. Yeah, okay. So let me see if I can make this a little bit bigger in terms of font size. Make that a little easier to read, maybe. We got that's as good as we're gonna get for now. So I've made some changes, and and by the way, I do have the chat up on both Twitch and YouTube, and I'm going to try to keep an eye on that when I'm looking here. That's because I am keeping an eye on it. When I'm looking here, I'm looking at the camera because I want you to see my bright, smiling, hoarse voice face. Okay, let me try that again. Anyway, I'm just going to go in to the particular error I'm looking for right now. Let's see, is it actually an error? Yeah, it is an error. Okay, good. And I've got a command that I need to run, which unfortunately I can't show you, but this is going to reproduce the error for me. Yeah. Interesting. Oh, I know why that didn't work, because it's the wrong URL. Alrighty. You do not have access to this resource. Let's see. I'm getting forbidden on that last one. Are you getting a 500? Or what are you expecting? I'm guessing it shouldn't be forbidden. Okay, so let's go check out where this is coming from. Oh man, lots of stuff broken. I need this. Let's see. Let's track this in an issue. Slack sucks for this. This is what GitHub is for. I'll open up an issue. Alright, and then this I can bring over to the main screen over here in just a second. Yeah, there's just too many things going on right now. Let's see. Let's go to issues. Bug. Lots of broken APIs. Alright, so let's see. I'm just going to copy over a bunch of stuff here. And I'm going to ask him to update these with a little more detail, probably. Because This is not sufficient detail for me to know what's wrong. And it seems like it's on users that are new users that are it's something about users that don't have their account fully set up yet. Gosh, this is just turning into a gold mine. Alright, so I'm going to ask him to come check the boxes here by what is fixed and what isn't. Get account transaction. Get user transaction. Okay. Let's see. Put here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't know how to do this one. Like this? Do we do it like this now? Or is it still 1, 2, 3? Shouldn't. Note. No more. Boom. So no more of that. Okay. Team. Alright, so it's good that we're getting some 400 level errors, not 500 level errors, I guess. Means that something's working. Just something's not set up quite right. Alright. Okay, so we need public one of these. So I've got this all scoped out by, let's see, so this should be, that doesn't make sense. I don't think this should be public. That doesn't make sense to me. Maybe. Alright. There's too many things here. Alright, will you go verify that everything is here and add some new ones and add the new ones as you go. I'll put checks on the ones that I believe have been fixed. Let's see. Scope them to user or account or public or unlisted. So if you need all four, put all four in the list. Okay. Alright, so this seems, there's probably something a little systematic going on here for, well, I mean, it could just be that because we're separating things out. I don't know what this one is supposed to be. Is this supposed to be /account or /user or what? Just put some emphasis around that. Let's see if that works out. Okay, anyway, so yeah, we're scoping the URLs and the methods such that based on their whether it needs to be scoped to the user must be logged in or the account or whatever. Let me go assign myself to this. Alright, so I'm going to go in here and, also, could you sort them by priority, if any? Oh, whoops, this one's just in here twice. Yeah, Slack is not the right place to have this kind of communication. This is what GitHub's for sure. Okay. There we are. Okay. Also, I had somebody complaining that the volume was a little low, so I bumped it up a little bit. Should be about twice as loud now. So, just quick test of being a little louder. Yeah, that's hitting right up against the top there. There's not much headroom. So when I get back to my voice being better, I'll probably have to knock it down just a little bit. Because I got it on plus 6 dB, which I think that's about twice as much if I remember correctly. Okay. So we need to figure out what's going on here. What's the most recent one that's still broken? User transaction was still broken, but it says that it's broken because you don't have access to this, which sounds right. So let me go look into that, because that might be a good one to check first. So user transaction. Let me just go through here. User transaction. Okay. Get user transactions. Get user transactions. Okay. So that's going to be defined right here. Get user transactions. Cool. And then the thing with the TypeScript server, it really sucks for Vim at least. I don't know if it's better for VS Code, because typically you're leaving VS Code open and you're not opening and closing it. But it seems like it takes 30 seconds to warm up and actually start doing anything, which is kind of annoying. And then it freezes really often. So I'm going to have to figure out a solution for that. But anyway, let me just go ahead and add in here. Let's see. I'm going to add another comment in here or something, just to keep this. Oh no! There it goes. It froze. So it'll take 10 or 15 seconds or so, and then it'll work for a little bit. Okay, there we go. So now I'm going to have to extend some of these things or something, because it says, so apparently it has type information for this object, but I think the problem is that objection, the way that objection works, I think it takes the classes and then extends them after you create them, objection being the database library. And so I don't know exactly how I'm going to do it, but I need to extend, I guess, base model and say, hey, everything that is base model actually is going to have all this extra stuff on it. I don't know how to do that inheritance in JSDoc or with a .dts file, but we'll see. We'll figure it out, I guess. Okay, anyway, what was I going to do? I was going to do import express. Man, my voice is so bad. Handler, and that's going to be what this type is, so yeah, we're just going to put that there, and then that should, okay, and then this one, oh gosh, and this kind of stuff, like really, it's so important to indent things. Code, it's always easier to read from top to bottom than from left to right. Okay, so maybe that one's not. Yeah. Let's see. I'll take that back a notch. Man, this is a little bit messy here. Well, I don't know that messy is the right word, but there's just a lot going on. We definitely want to capitalize all this stuff. Make sure everything... I mean, like, it doesn't really matter that the spacing's off there, but it's just nice to have spacing that's correct. Okay, so this whole thing, it looks like this is indented. No, is this indented the right amount? Looks like it's indented the right amount. This probably needs to go. There we go. That's what's wrong. That's why I didn't feel right. That wasn't indented the right amount. Oh, bother. And that makes me nervous. I gotta make sure that we are... okay, and that one I already checked that out. That's a safe value. That's always created from date. And at open equals true. Okay, that's cool. So these are both safe. I'd kind of like to put them a little bit lower down, actually. A little bit closer. Let's see. Sense mod. Yeah. And then trans mod. Yeah. I actually want to bring these down a little bit. Well, I guess now all these modifiers are the same. Just want to make sure there's no chance for SQL injection there. Our old friend. Let's see. Oh, gosh. So I wonder if it's allowable to put new lines in this thing, because that's kind of long. Whatever. That's not really the problem that I'm here to solve. I'm getting distracted. Let me go back. Expected 0 or 1 arguments. Get account transaction from ID. That might be important, actually. Get account transaction from ID. I am curious. I'm curious about this one. I'm going to open up in the other screen just so I don't have to close this out to take a look. Get account transaction. Oops. Get account transaction from ID. Just taking a look. Hey, Nick. Yeah, I was able to get the JSDoc working. I'm still kind of in the middle of it because the rabbit hole goes deep and, not as many people are using TypeScript in that way. But yeah, I'm going to present on it tomorrow at the meetup. Hopefully my voice sounds better. I think it will. I think my voice will be better by tomorrow. Okay. All right, that's there. Oh, this is coming from something else? No? Get transaction from ID. Indeed. Huh, how strange. Interesting. Yeah, I really do like having this set up because it gives me little hints like this. Like, hey, you're passing in a couple parameters, but only one of them is actually being used. And then here, let's see, what I need to do is I need to strip any white space that's at the end of the line. Is that it? Otherwise, the thing keeps coming back here and yelling at me. Now, I don't know what to do about that type of account transaction. So I need, again, I need to declare somehow. I don't know how to declare a merge. Like, how do I merge a type? I'm going to Google that real quick. Actually, I might have a browser already open over here. So, TypeScript JSDoc merge type. Or even if I can just merge a type locally, like this is part of the problem, is there's all these modules and everything, and I don't know that this is possible. Let's see. because you can retype it. See, interface store. Okay, so we got lots of reactions on this one. Intersection type. Okay. Alright, that makes sense. So I wonder if what I do is just say type is account transaction and objection. I don't know. I wonder. I wonder how I even do that. Let me check and see if objection has types. TypeScript. Again, I'm a little bit off the beaten path, but this is already proving to be useful. So over the next couple weeks, I'm going to continue to be figuring out this JSDoc bit. Let's see. Using TypeScript interface to define a model properties and objection. My first attempt. A better solution. Declaring and merging. Import model from objection. Okay. Interface. Whatever extends blog post, extends model. Okay. Import objection dot model. I'm guessing that's what it's going to be. Let me try this out. Let me try. I'm doing this so that it doesn't. I put a comment in a comment so that it's not valid, so it won't start checking it yet. Because if it checks it too early, it's just really annoying. All right. So account transaction. I guess I need to find where is account transaction defined. Account transactions defined in models account transaction. So let me go there real quick. Source models account transaction. All right. So source models account transaction. Okay, so I think what I'm going to have to do here is say that this is type. Oh gosh, this is going to be really hard. I don't even know what to. So it's going to be account transaction and base model and import objection dot model. I think. Let me go back here and see if that makes sense. What was this other one? Okay. I don't know. Seems kind of recursive. It'll probably cause the thing to just explode. I cannot find name account transaction. Okay. I wonder if I could take. Let me try something else too. I'll try this. Let me go into my types. And let me do a type def here. So what if I do type def account transaction and base model, whatever, account tx model. I wonder if that'll work for me. Can't find account transaction here, which is fine. But what if I try to go back there and apply, well, not here. This is not where I want to be. Let me go back to here. And what if I say here, at type account tx model, and then there it goes. It's freezing. It's going to stay there for a little bit. Yeah, so because of objection, within the class, I'm looking at your comment here. I don't, again, this might be better to gist, because I don't think that's going to work, because that would make it of type connects. And if I put a static connects there, that's not going to do it. I think it's just the weird way that it's... I'm abusing the system. TypeScript can use JSDoc, but only so well. Okay. So let's see. Account transaction. Hey, that fixed it, maybe. I can't say for sure, because I don't know if the language server's loaded. I have to look for other errors. It seems that there are some. Indeed. Let me try that same trick with document history here, because that should be the same solution. Now, there might be a more elegant way to go about it. Let's see. Where's document history? Document history. Oh, and there it goes again. That's the TypeScript language server for you. Just sits there and halts. And we're back. Oh, almost. There we go. Now we're back. Okay, cool. And let's see if this one... Yeah, look at that. Okay, cool. So I found a solution. And I think I have to do it that way because one thing I haven't been able to figure out is how to use the .d.ts files. It seems like you can't use .d.ts files relative to a project, but it's so hard to tell because so many people have tried to do this over the last 5 years, and the project has been iterating so quickly that basically everything on Stack Overflow in these blog posts is out of date. So I am going to create a template repository that has non-trivial examples, because most of the things out there they have extremely trivial examples. It's like, okay, here's how you do a single file with JSDoc and TypeScript. But they're not really clear on how you do a project, and I'm hoping that I'll find better ways as we go. Okay, so build questionnaire based on the transaction. But this is for the admin, so it doesn't matter because we're scoping it to the admin. So yeah, assuming these are scoped to the sudo, this is what that actually should be called. some point I'll update these. Because we should distinguish between sudo, meaning a back office admin, like what we do when something's screwed up and we need to fix it, and an admin over an account, as in somebody who is a customer who has privileges over just one account. But I think that this function here is for the admin. But it does concern me a little bit. Because, I mean, this does kind of mean they could just pull any transaction. I need to get some clarity on that. Because I really, oh man, I'm afraid there's going to be like 100 million cases like this where, and yeah. I'm going to have to bump up the priority on using random IDs, because in so many places we're using auto-incrementing IDs, and if you're using auto-incrementing IDs and we don't have, proper validation, then it's not that big of a problem at this exact second, but it's like something that needs to be fixed this month, for sure. Because we can't just have, okay, you're logged in and you happen to have the right ID out of a limited set of 1,000 IDs. Anybody could just create an account and then find that. So I'm going to put that, make sure that we get a security check here. Okay. Yeah, once we... I'll go ahead and update this. We need to check that you can't get transactions from other people's accounts. Anyway, cool. So back to the task at hand. So I need to figure out why, I think it was saying the API user transaction was still failing. So let's see, what file are we in right now? Account transactions. So there should be r get user transactions. Okay. Admin only. See, that's a different type of admin. We're overloading the term admin. This is and role ID is less than or equal to 2. This is so bad to do. Nix magic numbers. So we've got magic numbers in places where we should be using enums. Should be a string, should be an enum. Enum should be what, an ID of a role, like sudo admin, owner, guest, or whatever. I mean, I get the whole idea of like doing it like this, but what it should be instead is in, and then it should be in, and then we should be listing out admin, owner, etc., etc. This is not a good way to go about this in general, because as it scales, it just, yeah. I mean, there might be some sort of way. You'd have to do a really well thought out system, and even then, I mean, think about Unix system permissions versus ACLs. Audio seems fine here. Well, so I did boost the audio a bit, just so you know. And I'm not speaking much louder, though. I'm still speaking kind of softly, but I gave the audio a 6 dB boost because, yeah. Because my voice is so bad right now. Okay. Man, there's just so much to do. Oh. Alright, anyway. So why would we be getting a forbidden? That's the thing I want to know. Because a forbidden is something that we're doing on purpose. And that should be an actual error. So I don't see a way that you could get a forbidden error here. Let me go double check what I'm looking at. I might actually be in the wrong file from what I was just testing. Okay, admin only. So only see the things on which I'm an admin? I'm not really clear on what that is. So don't see everything, just see the things for which I'm an admin. Okay. One day I hope to get us switched over to Postgres. That day may never come. Realistically, it may never come. Okay, API user transaction. That's what I'm looking at, right? Yeah, okay. So you do not have access resource forbidden. So how could I be forbidden? Let's see, there's a question for you. Let's see if I'm actually getting in here. Got to here. And then a bunch of pounds. Because it just takes up the most amount of space. Alright. Whoa. Oh no. This is not what I want to do. Oh, crap. Oh, that makes me feel unsafe. Oh no. Hold on. Asynchronous crap going on. There's multiple buffers being held. So if I move too quickly, it looks like it's screwing something up. Anyway, I am going to go ahead and let's see. I'm going to go ahead and restart the service over here on the other screen. Bum, bum, bum. And as always, feel free to ask me any questions. Ask them if you got them. And also, as always, if you like what you like, you get more of what you like. So if at any point you get an aha moment or something like that, you realize, hey, this is kind of valuable content or enjoyable, or I like the sound of your hoarse, raspy voice, you just give it a big fat thumbs up. Otherwise, you give it a big fat thumbs down. Yeah. Okay. So, restart and watch. Okay, looking at logs over here, running my test command over here, and seeing I get a 403. Okay, so it never hits further than that, which makes me wonder. Now, this should be fine. This is just a dev token, actually, so I can bring that over here. I'm going to open up another one of these. See what we get here. A lot of times I use screen and I just kind of tab through, but in this particular case, I think it's going to be more effective to have multiple screens up, because I need to leave mainly because I need to have the TypeScript server stay running. If I close out Vim, it quits the TypeScript server, and then it takes another 30 seconds to boot back up, and that's always really annoying. So, but I mean, hopefully I'll figure out what that's about. I don't know. I think it's a big project. There's over 200 files, plus there's a ton of dependencies. So there's a lot of stuff that it has to parse. All right. Let's take a look here. Oh, yeah. Keep pairs inspect, please. There we go. Signature's valid. Do we have an account in here? No, we don't. Okay. Oh, I know what's going on. I know what's going on. While we're in this transition period, let me go in here. See, I forget where we're at, you know. So while we're in this transition period, the prefixes actually don't mean anything. So if you see it says /public or /user or /whatever, it actually is meaningless until we finish the transition. When we finish the transition, then everything goes into effect as per what you see. But as for right now, the way that it's actually scoped is by where it occurs in the file. So if I want all this user stuff to actually be scoped to the user, then I have to move it up to the section in the file that applies to users. So I think there was a comment right here. Begin auth routes. Yeah, so then authorization happens here, and then there's a place where it says something like user routes. Yeah, and then we start with our account routes, and then we have require account. So I need to really just make this a lot bigger and more clear. And I'll just go ahead and do that, because that's what the separator is right now. So anything that is based on user, I need to move up in the file. Otherwise, it's going to be broken. And I'm trying to keep these alphabetical Q, R, S. So let's go ahead and move this up a little bit. All right, Q, R, S. And that confirm code stuff, that's all going to go away soon. We are getting away from having 10 different methods of authentication / authorization to just having a few. But anyway, yeah, so I need this. Now needs to go back up to user. There we go. I guess let's go to the bottom and go back up to the top. Okay, so that's right. Q, R, S, T. So that should go right here. And then actually, this should actually go up a little bit. Right, so confirm. So this should go right there. Okay. So that should fix that problem. And then again, if there's anything public that's down at the bottom here, we're going to have to move that up. I don't think there is. I got to remember that. Yeah, once everything has been properly scoped and we've gone through and made the changes in both places, then it won't matter where in the file we put it. We'll just apply the scope rules. But for right now, the scope rules for accounts are on line, whatever line it was, and everything below that has account scope or sudo scope. A sudo does apply because that one we did finish. We completed that one. So sudo can be anywhere, and that'll be just fine. But yeah, account. Require account. Yeah, see, and I need to do the same thing here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Sure. 15 lines. That's a good number of lines. And then where are we requiring a user? I think we require a user here. Require user. Yep. So let's see. That's a little bit of nastiness. Okay, begin auth routes. So that's more. Yeah, so there's our sudo, there's our impersonate. So ping actually is the first thing that requires a user. And that's just kind of a test. That's so that our automated testing will fire an error. If we get back a proper, because we have a public ping and then we have the non-public ping, and this is just kind of making sure that that's still working. Oh, bless me. Okay, cool. So I'm going to go ahead and give this a restart. And then I suspect that this will work now. Oh, good. Oh, we got an internal error. That's quite nice. We like internal errors. Okie dokie day. SQL parse error. Okay, so we don't need that anymore. Now it's getting there. But now we're back to my fault because I just changed this. And I thought all I did was change the spacing. But I did something that actually caused a syntax error. So I'll have to check and see what did I do. Near 2. All right. It says near 2. I don't see a 2 here. Offset modifier. Okay, so that's for paging. I get that. That really seems like it should be in queries. Well, yeah. I don't want to be directly on the query. Anyway. So I was fiddling around with this. Oh, into. Yeah, there we go. That's my bad right there. Because I didn't undo enough times. Okay, so we should be able to quit that, restart it, run this again. Also, I'm really hungry. I need to grab something a little bit more to eat. Okay, so that got me nothing. That's probably because that was a 502 because the server hadn't finished starting yet. Alright. Alright, cool. So that one is now working. So we got get user transaction. Okay. Now I need to ask, what is admin only supposed to do? What is this for? Put-to-do-do. Okay, so let's go look at account transaction. And see. Let's see. I'm doing a post on that one. Can I just get an ID? Okay, I need more for this one. Need a better example. All right, so let's see. Let's see. Okay. So we need to change this to account recommendation. I think I will just go back. No, we're in the big thing right here. Okay. So let me go to account.rec. No, we're not in the big thing here. Where's the big thing? There's the big thing. Account.recommendation. Let me go check over here. We got any comments or questions? No. Recommend. I don't know how to spell. Does anybody know how to spell recommendation? There we go. Let's see. So should we swap API team star with API user star? Does team not really mean anything? Yeah, I'm getting the sense that we probably should just swap all these to be user and then move them up into the user area. Oh, that's not going to work. There we go. Maybe that's right. Okay. Let's see. Oh gosh, this is going to end up being more changes than I want it to be, but so be it. Okay, so QRS. Oh, that doesn't make much sense. So is user recommendation for an account and team recommendation is for a user? I'm a little confused. There are different routes, but are they actually different? I don't know what to do with this. And what's... Okay, so there's just a bunch of stuff where looks like, you know, old naming conventions. This might actually be for an account, not for a user. And this might actually be for a user, not a team. Such is life. Well, that's the evolution of software. Oh, so QRST. Oh, I'm not liking this. I'm not liking it. I'm not liking it. Okay. I'm going to have to mute for a minute while I get on a call. Okay. So I'm back from outer space. Oh, nomenclature. So essentially, these ones, we have no idea what they are. And these other ones, we think we know what they are. Well, we know at least what one of them is. And... okay. Okay, so these ones are going to become account. But they're also going to become user for the moment. Oh. Okay, so I'm going to take this one. I'm going to move it here. We're going to rename these to account, and we're going to fix them. Oops. User, 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 user. Well, that one can't possibly be. Okay. What the heck is shared query? Let me go find that real quick. Alright, make pagination between standard. Standard query. Rec dot what? And there should be no res here, right? Oh, okay, but it's going to generate a query. Page dot limit. Oh, crap. Well, that's scary. Oh. What? It's going to create it and then delete it. That makes no sense. What? Huh? What? Where did sense come from? Oh, this is defying my expectations. Oh, SQL injection, my old friend. I'm just going to pull this over to the other window now. Oh, crap. Ugh. Ugh. Oh, crap, 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 crap. There's a lot of, like, emergency must get done this week stuff right now. Okay, so that's... if sense or 0 is equal to sense. Okay, that needs to make it into prod, like, immediately. I'm going to go fix that right now, because that is disastrous. Oh. This is just so scary. Sorry, I'm typing away on the other screen because maybe we have some 0 days. Maybe. Okay. Let's pull the latest here. Crap. So see middleware, shared query. Okay, let's take a look. Rec. Oh man, this stinks. Some of the stuff is just not cool. It's not cool to do this. Okay. Oh, phew. Thank goodness. Alright, so that one is not dangerous. Alright. If I find these other ones aren't dangerous, I'll pull this back on the screen. Okay. Alright, if sense or 0 is equal to sense. Oh, good. Okay, cool. Alright, so this is converted. Alright, good. Good. Okay, so it turns out, false alarm. It is not the great danger that it appeared to be. So the objects are all being turned into dates before they're being tossed into the database query. Okay, and right there, yep, that's good. Makes me feel a lot better. Okay, now I understand what's going on here. Okay. Alright, false alarm. I don't have to immediately fix that. Thank goodness. Scary life coding. Oh. Man. Alright, now I need to get back to... Oh no! I accidentally closed out the thing that I need to leave open. Oh well. I'll figure it out. Well, not really figure it out so much as just reopen it. Okay. Where was I? Alright, good. Everything's being converted to a data object. Nothing is making it as a string to the database query. False alarm. Okay. Shared query. Cool, cool, cool. Okay, so all of this stuff wait. We wanted these ones too, right? We just didn't know if we wanted those ones. So let's see here. Whoops. Oh, that's strange. Oh no. And TypeScript server. And we wait. Okay. And we're back. Let's see. To do, use either team or user. Replace account with user. I don't think this is going to work. I don't think it's going to work because... Well, we'll see. We'll see. Might work. I need to go dig into the recommendation. Let me go dig into that over here. I'm hoping that if I have two instances of Vim open, that the TypeScript language server will stay open for one of them and not ruin me. Let's see. What was I trying to look for here? R get root? No, R post root, R patch by ID. That's what I'll look at. R post root. Okay, that definitely doesn't work. Endpoint not yet enabled. So that would actually be a 503 if I'm not mistaken. Not implemented. Okay. So we don't use the post for sure. Alright, we got the same issue here with recommendation as we've had elsewhere. Let me go ahead and open up yet another window. I think I already have yet another window open. Let me go find it. Where did it go? It's around here. So, oh, there it is. Okay, cool. So I have my yet another new window open, and I'm going to go in to fix, what was it, types? Yeah, I think I'm going to do types. And I'm just going to add in my types. Oh, bless me. That, what is this one? Recommendation. Recommendation. I would bring it over, but I'm just editing the types file. I'm just doing the same thing I did before. Where I'm creating a new type def and doing recommendation model is going to be, whoops, the at type for this. Oh no, what'd I do? There we go. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and get rid of all the post because they don't really exist. So why have them? Let's see, account.recommendation post doesn't exist. It's not real. Getting rid of it. Okay, which means that I can go over here and I can just get rid of it here. Oh, and then up here I can also add the same thing that I added over here. Recommendation model. Whoop. I just paste it all at once because it seems to get most upset when I'm actually typing out what the thing should be. And it freaks out. If I just paste it all done, it doesn't have to freak out on me. Okay. And then, let's see. Handler. I can just copy and paste this in a bunch of places too. Ah, there we go. We can get rid of that. Get rid of this. Oh. Huh, interesting. A finally is expected. Why is it expecting a finally? Try catch finally? I guess that's a thing. Is that a thing? Learn something new every day. Huh. Apparently, try catch finally is a thing. Now, why would that ever be useful? Try and catch, and no matter whether you try or you catch, finally do this. I don't know. I don't know where that would be useful. If you know where that would be useful, let me know. This expression is not callable. Get recommendation, assign options. Why was that again? I'm going to open this up on my little third screen for a second. Get recommendation, assign options actually is a layer deeper, it looks like. Yeah, it's re-exported. Let's see. Looks perfectly callable to me. Oh. Oh, no, indeed it is not. Huh. So this can't ever work. Man, I really am loving this thing, because you get to places where you find out, hey, this doesn't do anything. So our get by ID doesn't do anything? Our get by ID, it doesn't do anything. It's broken. Let's see, do we have an our get by ID for this? No, we don't. No, we do. We do. So that doesn't do anything. Wow. Huh. Okay, what to do next here? I guess my goal is to see... Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and get rid of that. Because, yeah, confirmed. It's been broken for a long time. I really am appreciating this TypeScript linting. It really is nice. It's got some annoyances for sure. You probably are better off using it in VS Code than in Vim. But man, like this type checking of it's, and again, I turned off the super strict because that was too annoying, because then it's just like everywhere. It's like, everything's in any, But just it examining the entire code base, every single file, and having a complete graph of every function that calls every other function, that exports every other function, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And it being able to say, hey, this is definitely, it can be a type any, but it's definitely not a function here. Like, that's nice. That is quite nice. Okay, so let's see what the... Okay, and this one we need to get rid of because that's a duplicate. So now we just nix. Okay. All right. Oh, wow. It's frustrating, but it's thrilling. It's frustrating because I'm, not making a lot of progress here. I'm just going through and figuring out, like, what is this thing? What is this supposed to do? Why do we have this? But it's exhilarating to have tooling that I have wanted. I don't want to transpile my JavaScript. I mean, like, this is the thing. People have just gone so crazy because they reject simplicity. The 90% gains that we need are simply in being able to say, hey, here's a type that I want to define. I want to know if I use this somewhere and I misspell something. That's a huge bonus. That's really, really worth it. And being able to know, not, did I meticulously, type every single thing? That could be obnoxious, especially in a large project like this. But again, it's not about verifying that everything is 100% correct, as much as it is picking that low-hanging fruit of verifying things that we know are wrong, that we can easily tell, yeah, there's no way this could ever work. I love that. Okay. So I'm really curious as to what the difference is between these two. So I'm going to leave that commented out for now, because I really do want to see, are there differences between these two? Let's see if we can go here. Which file are we in? Recommendation. So let's just get rid of our get by ID, because it doesn't work. So why have it? And then what's this one? Okay, that one's fine. Alright, so what I want to do is look at get root. Right? Get root, yeah. Let's look at get root on this one. R get root. Okay. And that value is never read, so we can get rid of that one, sure. Oh, I love deleting code. It's the best thing you can do for your code. Delete it. Okay. R get root. So, yeah, I'm going to get rid of the stupid arrow function. Alright, where we're going to build. Okay, so this is a in parentheses, essentially. Whenever we're calling a function on a where, we're essentially imagining the SQL being put in parentheses. So, rec.user account ID, that's always going to be valid. User ID. Okay, so this cannot function. How could this could not have functioned before? Okay, that's why we've got it different for the two of these. State incomplete, private false, state incomplete. Alright. With graph fetched, account, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, okay. Alright, so this makes sense. It looks good. So let me take a look at the same thing. Let me go into my other file in the other screen. Basically, I'm just going to be looking for, are these things the same or are they different? So I'm going to go into team recommendations and let's look at r get root. And first thing I'm going to do is I'm just getting rid of some try catch cruft. So slim that down. Okay, and we've got, I don't think that's necessary, is it? Because don't we always have query? Even if we've got an empty query, we should have an empty query, right? I'm going to look up the documentation on that real quick, because maybe I will slim this down so I can slide it over to the other screen. See if this slides over. Okay, it's a little bit bigger on this side. That's okay. I am going to... yeah. I'm going to change this so that our prettier config is something like 100 lines long. Or maybe 80. I think that might actually be good to go to the extreme to build some better habits. Okay, so what I'm looking at here in comparison to this one, these are the two things I want to compare. Here's a get root right there, and here's a get root right here. And this one has a rec.query. The query builder, interesting. Off the top partners, that's not going to work. Where's partners assigned? Now I got to go look up that. Huh. So here's a reason that that's not going to work. And I wonder what the user one looks like, too. So I need to go check on that. Then let me do this here. Type recommendation model. What's up?
I'm going now. Can you wake up Munchkin in 10 minutes?
Okay.
But please do. Don't let her sleep in.
Alright.
And there's food for her on the table.
Okay.
Pasta.
Alright. Love you. Bye. I'm dying. I'm dying. Oh. Hello. Welcome. My voice is a little hoarse today. Let me know where you're from, what you code in. Feel free to ask any questions. As I noted down in the doobly-doo, my new thing is that I've started using JSDoc with TS server to get type linting, and that's proving to be very valuable, but also taking me down many rabbit holes, because as I'm going through code, I'm finding all sorts of errors that are easy to catch, but that are not necessarily visible when you're looking at a single file. But when you've got TS server, and it looks like the entire project all at once, it reveals amazing things. And I will, at some point, do a video with what I've learned. I think I've gotten to the point. I'm going to be doing a presentation on it tomorrow at the local meetup. And then I think I'm just about at the place where I know enough to say, hey, here's how you could use this generically in many projects. Okay, so what was I looking at here? Auth.partners. That's the thing that's definitely not going to work. So I'm actually going to quit out of here and just look for auth.partners. Let's see where partners is assigned. Partners equals. I might need to look for partners colon instead. But I know for certain. Whoops. Okay. Get assignable users. Yeah. So this might be one of those things where they're, let's see, newfangled syntax. I like some of the conveniences of the new syntax, but as I consider it, it's just not worth it. It makes it more difficult to find things. And our tooling is too Frankenstein for these new syntax features. If we had tooling that was based on JavaScript, just JavaScript, if we had TypeScript server level of tooling for JavaScript, then maybe we could consider having all these strange, wacky features. Because our tooling would be good enough to go find exactly where this particular thing is being referenced. But as it stands, our tooling is not that good. And we use these new features that provide these shortcuts that save us a couple of keystrokes, but then make it more difficult for us to figure out, well, where the heck is this thing? Oh, what's up, JSDoc? Your code smells like up, dog. What's up, dog? Yeah, I've got the TS server working with AL right now. But the one thing you need to do is you definitely got to be using NerdTree or something if you're going to be using TS server and Vim. I'll show my config and everything tomorrow at the meetup. Are you coming to the meetup? Wait, are you? Yes. You're that Will. Right. See, you've got too many usernames. You throw me off. But you're going to be at the meetup tomorrow. Yeah, see, I just saw you post nothing much, so that's how you know how much lag there is in this thing. Okay, what was I looking for? Partners. Partners equals partners. I don't know where partners is ever assigned to something. See, that's where this is problematic. It doesn't look like it's there. Get user access. I bet it's here. This seems like the right place for it. rec.partners. Rec.user.partners. So here's what I need to do. Oh man, I'm making way too many changes, but because I like to make small commits, but this is going to be a mega commit, and there's just no other way about it because there's just all these little things that need to, I don't know. Maybe I could do this. Let me try this real quick. I'm going to git stash. I'm going to git checkout master. I'm going to run my utils. Let me make sure that I pull down. Oh no, that's not what I wanted to do. Now I'm in another heap of trouble. Okay, what's going on now? Oh no. Okay, git checkout hard, right? No, git reset hard. Okay, git pull rebase. I don't know why I haven't set that in my global config yet. Okay. Okay, that bug fix deserves to be there. I'm going to go ahead and push that one because that should be there. And then let's see if we can get this other one here. So utils is like replace all, and then we're going to replace his rec.auth.partners with rec.user.partners. That took a lot longer than I thought it would. Oops. That also took a lot longer than I thought it would. Okay, there's only, what, 2 places where this was done. So, okay, so that definitely can't be public for sure. But that can be fixed. And do we have any other places where there's rec.auth, then a dot? Let's see. You might want to check out stacked git. It kind of revolutionizes your workflow by making things patch based. Tell me more. Tell me more. Okay, so user confirm, that's going to go away. So I'm not too worried about that. But, I mean, I guess we could fix it right now. And rec.auth.new, I'm pretty sure that's already in code that's dead code that's not working. So, oh, I don't want to add that new file yet. Thank you very much. And that one actually doesn't do anything anyway because I couldn't figure out how to do that. So the way that you gotta do this is really weird because you have to do some stuff in JSDoc, and there doesn't seem to be a way to do it in TypeScript because TypeScript is not designed to be used without using TypeScript. Go figure. So it's designed to generate .d.ts files, but it's not really designed to consume them within the same module. So you can't just write your JavaScript and have your .d.ts. Well, I guess you can, but it has to be like a one-to-one pairing. So, gosh, I haven't tried this yet. But there's some things that doesn't make sense for. So, for example, let's say that I don't have an actual class for my user object. I just have a convention that I use where anywhere there's a user object, it has, these 5 things. And I never create a class for it. Well, either I'd have to go create a file that defines the user object, and then I'd need to be requiring that file to call user.create or some such. Or, like in that case, I could put a .t.ts next to the .js file, but then I'm just creating a bunch of extra ceremony for the sake of creating a bunch of extra ceremony, when really all I want is a struct. See, what they should have done is they should have, and this is so crazy too, because @script started at Google, and Google has Go, and Go is really, really nice. It has probably the best type system. But then they handed @script over to Microsoft to do TypeScript, and then it became C# and Java. It's like, way to drag it through the dregs. But if they had done it the right way, then we could just define structs and have them in a file, and then just say, I'm going to create this object of this struct type, and then you'd get all the type hinting and everything, and it'd be all beautiful, and you could probably do it with JS syntax without even having any sort of JSDoc or anything. Probably be a way to do it. Anyway, or at least have like a generator where it's JavaScript and generate, and that's all. But none of that exists, so let me get back to the real work. Okay, so in those two places we fixed it. Good. So commit, bug fix. Alright, I'm going to push that up. Alright, and I'm going to go back to my other branch, and then I'm going to rebase it. Yay! Conflict free. No, nothing needs to be replayed manually. And then I'm going to git push force, because let's just go ahead and update the remote on this one. And then I need to git stash pop, and I really should have at least done another whip commit by now. Okay, and we've got a small conflict here. Not a big deal. And I think that's one of the files I already have open, so I should probably just take the hit. Whoops, didn't need to take the hit on that one. I'm going to open that one back up again. And hopefully the TS server is still running. If not, oh well, yeah, that was one of the ones I had open. So let's take a look at what's going on here. Yeah, it's just, I see what's going on. I could just let that not change and it'd probably be fine. Okay, so I think the only thing that's different between these two is white space, and yeah, this all looks the same, and the bug fix. So it's just white space and the bug fix. So let's get rid of that bit. And then I think there was one other place, and the TypeScript server ticks in, and then now it's gonna take forever. Stack get allows you to write patches and name them. You can push and pop them off a stack. When you're ready to make your ultimate git, you can squash them down into a single commit. I mean, that feels like the way that Git works presently. Like I can just commit stuff and then I can rebase it. I'm guessing there's some sort of convenience method that's really more convenient. Okay, was there anything else? So this is really the only thing this is complaining about right now is user access, which I can just go ahead and I'll show you now what I was doing. So I just put these type defs in here, and there's hopefully a better way to do this, because this is not ideal. But I'm just and this is required because of the way objection works. Objection is taking those things and then modifying them, and it's not doing it in a way that syntactically can be understood by the TypeScript server. So I just gotta create a new type, or no, type alias, I don't know. I'm doing a type union and then giving it a type. And so then I go back over here where it's complaining, and then I just put in my invalid thing here so that it doesn't make this TypeScript server go crazy. So I start off with an invalid comment, then I change it into a valid comment. Otherwise it tries to parse it while I'm typing it, and then it's going cray-cray. Okay, so type, was it user access model? So I just do that, and I actually need to move this to where it's being defined, which is right here. So there we go. And then it's going to quit giving me grief over that. And then it looks like all my things go away. No, there's still this. Yeah. Let's go ahead and pull in Lodash. And I think that flatten is just concat, but I'm not sure. So I don't want to... I guess I could go look up the documentation for flatten and see what it is. I hate Lodash so much. I mean, they weren't even that useful back when they were useful. Because the whole reason they came about, Lodash and underscore, was because they were defined in the standard. And then the way that they became popular is like, oh, we're faster than the native implementation. No. They were faster than the first iteration of the native implementation. And in some cases, there's a couple of things that they do differently than the native implementations that could be perceived as better, but just stick with the native implementation. Learn your language. Okay, what does flatten do? Flattens array a single level deep. What does that mean? Okay, so it's basically, it just loops over the array one time and runs concat on it. Is that what I'm to understand? So I'm guessing, this example looks a little awkward. What I'm guessing is it takes an array of arrays and creates a single array. So if you just ran concat, I think that's what it's doing. So let's see if I can understand this from here. Flatten. Okay, so we've got a map, and I'm going to go ahead and turn these over to functions so that I can read them, because that syntax always throws me off. All right, so I'm taking a map of maps. Okay. Oh, so this just needs to be like a reduce or something then, maybe? I guess, like, so what if we just did reduce, and then we had array was our accumulator, and then we just did return array.concat. Yeah, I think that's what we're looking for, and then we don't need the flatten, right? Before I assert that as correct. Oh, and this little error is actually from the other terminal over there. Got too many things open right now. Your hate for Lodash. Good. Good. Let the hate flow through you. Okay, so is this... I don't know if order matters, but let's say that order does matter. Does this put things in the right order? And more important, you know, let me follow my own rules here. So let's go back here and let's say let next array is equal to the next array. Is that right? I feel like even this is more complicated than what it needs to be. Project template ID. What is this going on about? Like, what is this actually trying to accomplish here? Because I feel like anytime you're using reduce, you're pretty much getting too fancy. I don't like nesting arrays within arrays. So we're going to go over accounts. So for each project template, for each account, we're basically creating a template. And then are we going to, like at the end, do we, oh, okay, and at the end do we filter them? Okay. So, yeah, we can't quite do Boolean. Well, why couldn't we do Boolean? Hold on, what's the possibilities of what we can return? Can we partner ID? So, I mean, I'm assuming that the account partner map, yeah, if we don't have an account partner map, and we can even go a step further and do partner ID there just to be super safe. So if this doesn't exist, and so then we could just return null here, and then we could make this simpler. We could just return a Boolean here. Yeah. Now, which file am I actually in, and does this even matter? I'm in team recommendation. What are we at? Post root? Okay. Who knows if this is even going to matter? Okay, but this... Alright. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to create a function called zip. And it's going to take a project template ID, and it's going to take an account ID, and it's going to be all of these things. And then we're just going to zip project template ID with account ID. And that's what we're going to return. And that makes sense, right? Oh, is this in a loop? We can move this all out of the try-catch here. Yeah, get rid of that. We don't need it. I'm telling you, man. Async router. At root async router, one of the greatest discoveries of the 21st century. Since Express, anyway. Okay. Gosh, I hate ternary operations so much. I'm not going to go through and refactor all that. I'm going to stick to the target. This is probably all dead code that's going to get deleted anyway. We'll see. Alright, so accumulating some errors there. Don't use ternary operations with strings because they don't end up being what you think that they are. Because, like, what... I wish I could show an example of this. I should have a list of examples of things that go wrong. Crockford has one, but ternary operations with strings are almost always going to end in sadness because what is going to happen here? Well, actually, this one may actually work, but still, it's just. I'm not going to. Yes, I am. I'm going to fix this. Okay, so if error messages dot length. By the way, I'm getting some IntelliSense. I don't know what to do with it yet. Here's what you do. You do let error messages be an empty string. Then error messages equal this. And then error messages. I think that's what this was intending to do. Huh, that seems kind of weird. I'm going to undo that and then look at it again. Creating recommendations, error messages. So it's going to put an extra space. Okay, let's go back. Let's go back. Let's undo, 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 undo. What was this doing before? Okay. So we've got a space here, and then the negative case is we get nothing. So this ends with a space no matter what, and then it can get yet another space, and then the number of errors, and then, oh yeah, definitely, like we're doing string concatenation inside of a string template. That's just no, don't do that. Okay, so I think I understand what it's trying to say here. So recommendations, yeah. So we don't need that. We just need this. Well, unless we did it this way, like that, which would be alright. It looks a little funky, but yeah, I kind of would just do it like this then. I would just say, yeah, let's say let message equals okay, that's nice enough. Then all we need to do, whoops, is add on to our message. There we go. So we're just going to add errors to our message if there's errors. That's perfect. Okay, let me see what we got over here. Yes, I definitely let the hate flow through me. Also, I need to go wake up my daughter. So probably need to stop the stream. Okay, and then our patch by ID, our delete by ID. So this doesn't even exist, so I'm just going to get rid of those. Okay. Get rid of those. Anything that's not here, I'm just going to get rid of. Yeah. And these should be 50 whatevers. The not implemented, but whatever. I'm getting rid of them. Get rid of the stuff that doesn't exist. Reduce the amount of things that we've got to crawl through. Okay, so it looks like this was intended to be used. So I kind of want to try that one out and see. Oh, okay, cool. So that's one we haven't been using, but we could be using. All right, cool. I like that. So now we should be getting some nice errors over here. Will these pop up yet? Because now it should be like, hey, this thing doesn't exist, and that thing doesn't except that these are commented out already anyway. But this one right here, this one was going to work. And we didn't have another way to do it. So yeah, that was dead code. I just refactored dead code. Shouldn't have done it. Oh well. Alright, let me go see. It's just... Get root, get projects, post root. So we've got... Okay, let's take a look again. Get root project, post root. So we have... That one's not there. Our post root is there. This one's not there. This one's not there. And then this one is there. Okay. So these ones, I kind of want to test. I'm on the fence about this one because it's obvious enough. This is intended to be here instead of this. That one isn't in use. But I kind of want to see what happens if we do use that one. My guess is it's going to fail, which is kind of why I want to just label this as to do and use this one, because this one at least is going to work. Probably. Okay, I need to wrap up here because I got to wake up my daughter. My wife's going to kill me. Probably not really, though. She's not really the killing type. Alright, that looks good. I don't know. Well, let's see. What can I check off here that I think is working? I don't know if I fixed that one or not. So this one... that should be there. That should be there. That one should be there. And these other ones I still got to look at again. And, man, this is just... today is a little bit demotivating. It's just... so many things that... Okay, let's look particularly... whoops. That's it? That's all I changed? Seriously? No. Must be some stuff cached here. Let's do get div cached. And then let's look for public, because there's a couple things that were added as public that should not be public. They should be unlisted. And I need to fix that before I actually do the whip commit here. So let's see. What do I see? Let me go up to the top. So public storage temp token that I added, and that is wrong. The public ping was just moved. That one's correct. Are there any other publics in here? That public was already there. Okay, so it's just the public temp token, which we don't even know if we're using, so got half a mind just to comment it out and call it good. Oops, not get, but vim rather. Okay, temp underscore token. No, temp underscore upload. So that one we're not sure about. This one I have it commented out anyway, but it should be unlisted. And it should go in the space with the unlisted things. Alright, and then I'm going to peace out. So I'm going to go ahead and do my peace out ritual. So, thanks for watching. Remember, if you like what you like, you get more of what you liked. I hope that you liked it, but if you didn't, give it a big fat thumbs down, because every thumb helps. And check down the doobly-doo for related and unrelated links. Comment with all your questions. You know, tell me what you're thinking about JSDoc and TypeScript server if you're using it, or I don't know, troll me on my refactoring habits, I guess. Anyway, you have the best evening ever. Adios. But even though I said adios, I'm still going to do a couple more things. I just wanted to get that out of the way, because we had to wait for the TypeScript language server to catch up with my typing. Yep, and I'm just going to leave that like that, but let's go take it to the unlisted place. And where does this need to go? Storage. So that goes down here. Again. Okay, so I'm just going to take what I've got. Oh. And holy cajoles. I think I could get rid of this D file, right? Yeah, because this did not work out. This was what I was hoping to do. I was hoping to be able to, like, import that and put types in there, but it's okay. I found a better way to do it. So I can let it go. Let it go. Let it snow. Na 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 na. Oh no. What? No. What? What are you talking about? What do you mean both modified? Both modified what? Oh, crap. What are you talking about? Both modified. I could have sworn. What the heck? That wasn't there a second ago. Alright. Okay, that's the TypeScript file. I'm just going to go through. Let's see if everything looks right here. I don't see any super stupid things, maybe. Oh. Oh man, there's so many different things that I've got going on. I got some bug fixes. I've got some TypeScript stuff. Too many things. Oh well. I wanted to have nice, clean commits, but I made mistakes. Gosh. Let me put the -W on here, see if that gives us a little bit better clarity. I'm going to at least scroll through everything before I commit. Okay. This is looking a little bit better. Oh yeah, much better, much better. This is a lot easier to read. Okay, good. My awaits. So this is something that I'd love. If you know of a linter that can do this, I really want to know about this. So anything that returns a promise-like object should be async. This is a must. Should have async in front of it. And anywhere there is a promise, it should always be awaited. Because if you mean for it to be a dangling promise, then you should put it in a process.nextTick. That way it is clear that it is dangling on purpose and not dangling on accident. Likewise, if you return anything, it should be return await if it's a promise. And this helps because then if you swap places in the code, like you have something here and you say, oh, I need to do 2 more things and then I'll return something. It's like that kind of thing. Like if you always put await anywhere there's a promise, you'll have less error-prone code. And I feel like that should just be a linter thing. Like somebody should have realized this. Like, duh, here you can reduce an entire category of errors with no drawbacks. Scratching my ear like a dog. Okay. I obviously can't read all of this as I'm scrolling through it this fast, so I don't know exactly what I'm doing here. Oh, I should not name that public temp token. I don't know if I want to fix that right now. I think I will. What file was that in? Okay, let's fix that one thing. I guess I can read as I'm scrolling through this fast. Fix that one thing and call it good. Okay, now we're up into the garbage. Package JSON, yeah, okay. Okay, so that should not be called public. That should be called get guest, which is what it was called before, I think. Alright, and that means that I then need to go change it in one other place, which is source API routes index. And I'm not even using it, so it doesn't matter. And stupid TypeScript language server has to boot up now. And we wait. I gotta remember if I gotta use nerd tree if I'm gonna be using the TypeScript thing, because you get this over and over and over. Okay, get guest temp token. What is it? Public temp. No, guest temp. Yep, there we go. Okay, so I'm ready to quit. Alright, there we go. Yep, bug fixes and JSDoc stuff, and yeah. There we go. Okie dokie day. Now for the real adios. Adios.